interpretation of your business, you can't turn a street corner without tripping over 2 or 3 designers. And in terms of graphic design, and obviously there's some fantastic standards and you know, qualities out there in terms, but where's the big difference? When do we need to think that a graphic designer can provide us the product, but actually we need to be looking at a brand coach? What's the difference between a graphic designer and a brand coach?
It's a really good question, and I've spent the last 10 years telling people how they should have a graphic designer rather than just use a printer. And I think people are now have got that. They now understand that actually, you know, printers specialise in printing things, and graphic designers specialise in designing nice things and making them look pretty and more professional so that they can get them printed and it's going to work really well. So the difference between a designer and a brand coach is kind of the next step up from there. A lot of people think that the graphic designer is responsible for their brand, but that's actually really not true. They're responsible for making the brand look pretty, but they're not responsible for creating the brand. Actually, the creation of the brand, the full identity of the business, is 100% on the business owner's lap in that one. And often they need help to do that because they don't recognise that, they don't understand it. So, you know, the brand is your story, it's the story behind your business. So it's the, you know, it's you really. You know, if I was to say to you, you know, why are you here? What do you want to do? It's similar to the business. You know, what is the business there for? Who is it aiming at? Who is it serving? What is its great goal in life? That's what a brand is all about. And the graphic designer just, you know, it displays that for you. It gets that message across in a visual way. So actually, a brand coach will help you identify what your business is all about, why you're doing it, you know, where are you going with it, how are you going to get that brand message out there. Branding started off being, you know, branding a cow just to identify it in a herd, and now it's suddenly this whole new thing, and it has changed a lot over the last 100 years, and branding is changing more and more all the time, but it's becoming more and more important, and people haven't quite clocked onto that one yet. But you know, branding is, there's a quote, branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. It's the impression that you want people to feel. It's their emotional connection when they come into any aspect of your brand. So that's what you're trying to create. You're trying to create an experience for someone to have that makes them want to come back and buy from you, which is why a brand coach is different from a designer, because they help you figure out what you want to get across. Then you go to the designer, marketer, PR person, whoever's on your team, and you say, this is who we are, this is what we want to say, please can you say it in a good way.
Brand coach is helping you find your style, the designer is helping you to render it and actually produce the images and the materials that go with it, and also the printer is there to actually fulfill that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a team effort.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thanks.